guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through how to build a chicken wire fence. We're on a job at the moment. We've got a bit over 1 kilometre of fence to put up, so I thought it was a good opportunity to show everyone how we like to do it and how we get a straight fence and how it's done. So yeah, follow along. Just start off obviously by putting our corner posts in. I'll put a tag for the video that we have on how we drive our posts in. And then after that, we set our stays up. Alright, so after you put your strainer posts in, next step is to put your stays in. The stays are what's going to brace that post from getting pulled over. We use a Rotec stay setup. Twist tight. So it's a pretty quick way of doing things. There's no concrete needed, and if you need to, you can always pull the stay up and move it. So we'll show you how we do that. So one stay kit comes with the cable, the clamp, the bit that goes in the pipe and a cap, and the foot that the cable goes through. So first, before we put our stay in, we'll mark where our stay is going to go. So this is what we call a story stick. It's just a stake, pretty much. And on it we mark where all of our wires are going. That's where our stay is going. It's just a quicker way of marking the post. You can just put your stick up against the post and then mark where all your wires are going. When you're doing 20 or 30 strainer posts, then that's a lot quicker. Okay, so now we've got our stays set up. I'll show you what we use to strain the fence. So at one end of the fence, we tie off ratchet strainers to the post, and then the wire goes in one of those holes, and then you use a shifter and turn it, and it tensions the wire. And these are good because they're adjustable, and you can always come in and tension the wire later on. You don't need any special tools. Alright, so now it's time to run the wire. Okay, so the reason why we only run 3 wires instead of all of them is so that we can get a straight line, and that straight line helps us to get our pickets in a straight line. And if we have the wires on top, especially if the top one's barb like it is, then we can't drive our pickets in, otherwise the barb will be cutting our hands up and getting in the way. So we'll just run 3 plain wires for now, and we'll put our pickets in, and then we'll run the last wire. Okay, so now we're up to marking where our pickets go. So it's not rocket science, we're doing 3 paces. Start picket every 3 paces, so roughly 3 meters. And then a bit of gal pipe every 4 pickets. So we'll mark that out now and then we'll start putting our pickets in. So now we're up to the pickets. So we're gonna use the level to get our first picket in to make sure that our line wires are straight up and down, and then we can just use the line wires as a guide to get the pickets in a straight line across the fence. So Lighty's just going to tap it in with the mallet, and then I'll come through with the picket driver and put it in. This is a petrol picket driver, but the same goes just for a manual one, a hand one. So now we're gonna tie off the line wires to the picket. You don't want to run your wires through the picket because if stock goes up against it, it can actually pinch the wire and make it weak. So we run our clips, put the clips through the hole. And then we just twitch with our little tool that we get in the packet. Twitch it around once. So we only do it once so that the wire can still move through the picket and it won't get pinched. And you don't need to use one of these clips. You can just cut a bit of wire, put it through and wrap it around if you don't want to buy the clips, which is a cheaper way of doing it. Okay, now it's time to roll out the mesh. You don't need to, we've got a bit of a fancy mesh spinner here, but you don't need this. You can just roll it along the ground, which just makes life a bit easier when you're doing lots of it. Okay, so to tie off your chicken wire, just want to weave a bit of wire down through the net-in holes. So we want to get our smaller gauge wire and go around our wire that we just put in there and out, and then around the post, and then at the back, nice and tight. And we do that about 8 times down the post. Now that we've got the wire strained, it's just a matter of going through and clipping it to the line wires. We're just using hog rings. Let's just clip straight onto the line wire like that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helped a few people out. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.